This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
Hey, what about our Comic Capers podcast?
Hello and welcome to Comic Capers. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, on our regular routine is...
It's Lilith. And what about us?
You can't do that. That professional young lady who brought us in demands we be professional. Alright, so welcome to episode 52. We're not doing any DC to Lilith's chagrin. We're doing the first resurrection of Jean Grey. Because if you remember 2 weeks ago, she died on the moon, supposedly.
I mean, what a way to go. I want to die on the moon. If there's really a moon up there.
Yeah.
It's a hologram, I tell you.
It's going to crash right into our flat earth, huh, Lilith?
Yep. Somebody's going to throw a baseball hard enough and crack it. Then what are you going to do? Anyway, yeah.
So this was also the big event that kickstarted the original X Factor book.
If we would have known then what we know now. Who's going back in time with me?
Get some stones.
Some tar and feathers, more like it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think these crossovers like this were as common back in, what was this, January 86?
No. I think this is the beginning. This is also like, Crisis on Infinite Earths around this time, blah, blah, blah.
Well, yeah.
All these things, all these huge mega, let's get every single,
Yeah, the only thing they really had was like Secret Wars and Secret Wars 2 back then.
Yeah.
But, so yes, the fun started in Avengers 263.
People are probably like, wait, what, why?
Yeah. Like I said, January 86, there's a big, some evil scientists are trying to take off in a plane at the airport.
Oh, they wouldn't have got past Homeland Security nowadays.
No. But then they crash in the water and there's a big explosion. They're like, what did they have on that plane?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Uh-huh.
I will say, though, as I was reading this back, I was just like, I'm glad to be alive at the time that I'm alive because the artwork, looking back, yikes.
Hey, this was for back in the day.
It's why I don't, yeah.
John,
much better quality paper and all that stuff. I'm spoiled.
Yeah, it's John Buscema. Well, you know what? That was more these were more valuable because the paper actually degrades over time.
Yeah, exactly.
Money.
Just tell that to my ripped up Superman. Like, they used to take the covers off the comic books.
I know.
It's like, what the... That's what I'm going to go back in time about. Don't do that.
Exactly.
But no, it does get a slow start, though. I will say.
But yeah, the big brouhaha at the airport, and then, it's only the first part. You gotta drag it out. But
I know.
Then the Avengers sitting around the mansion, and the government liaison is yelling at them because they want to make Namor an Avenger.
I mean, there's worst Avengers, is all I'm saying.
Well, Cap and the Wasp are dealing with that. The Black Knight's just polishing his sword.
Case in point. Case in point.
I know, it's like a dude with a sword, really? The swordsman wasn't available?
He's off doing his own thing.
I guess, Hawkeye's on the West Coast, yeah.
Yeah.
So we see the newest Avenger, You didn't like this? There's half-naked guys, Lil.
I know. No, it's fine, but the art could have been better defined if we're going to have half-naked guys. That's all I'm saying.
I love Namor's costume of the day is just a pair of trunks and the bracelets.
Hey man, you can't get much simpler than that.
Ooh. I don't know. Hercules is basically the same, except he just has like the nipple protectors.
Don't want chafing.
When did you lose that? And we get Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. Thank you.
The other Captain Marvel.
Charlie.
That we don't talk about.
Charlie's favorite Captain Marvel.
And there's worse Captain Marvels that like Marvel.
You shut your mouth. But it's like, if you, we won't get into it. I was going to say, if you wanted a female Captain Marvel in the MCU, why didn't you go to Monica Rambeau? She was first. But anyway.
Yeah, says a lot of people. But anyway.
So they were talking to Spock, and, Hercules and Spock, Namor are fighting, so Captain Marvel takes off, and I guess sees the explosion at the, airport.
How 80s is this book, though?
Why?
This is so 80s. It's just these random concoctions of people.
Yeah, well, because you get to the action, and it's not like a Bendis. If this was a Bendis story, we wouldn't even get to the airport till the third issue.
I was gonna say, yeah, they'd be still squabbling, making breakfast.
Oh, I guess the FBI divers or whatever can't get near the plane, so Captain Marvel goes down and.
Really, Captain Marvel?
What?
I'm just saying, did it have to be Captain Marvel?
Why?
It's like, you got Namor, like, come on.
Well, he wasn't there yet. But what's that strange cocoon?
I can't tell because of the drawing.
How dare you.
This looks like a coloring book that I had when I was 6. I'm just saying.
Good Lord. It was a different time, Lilith.
I know. Looks like that damn Star Wars coloring book. Honest to God, it does.
Oh, we got to Scourge the Underworld page.
Yeah.
Then Marvel's like, we need a story. Hey, why don't we get rid of some of the dead wood? Okay. Goodbye, Melter.
And we never saw him again.
No, I don't think anyone even took that identity up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we never saw him again.
No. Even like Captain America, like Scourge kills like 19 supervillains in a bar. I think some of them even come back eventually.
Nobody was clamoring for that.
Although, we lost the Melter, and I know we lost one of Matt Kona's favorites, Turner D. Century.
And that tells me everything I need to know about Mr. Matt Kona.
Oh, he just loves it for the name. It's just like I swear, it's like a dude in like a green like suit and like. Oh.
And worst of all, I think we found our worst of all for the episode.
But yeah, so after Captain Marvel gets like attacked underwater, the rest of the Avengers show up.
Because they're slowpokes.
And she describes the cocoon, so of course Cap's like, oh hey, maybe it's Adam Warlock.
It's never, spoiler alert, it's never Adam Warlock when you want it to be.
Thank you, MCU. But no, it's because, the scientists were, they work for, the Enclave or whatever. They are the ones who actually created Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
And, so, of course, Namor dives head first straight in, so he gets ejected from the water.
Yeah, I felt like that was a sexual innuendo, but maybe that was just me. Everything's a sexual innuendo to me.
Oh, no kidding. And then, of course, everyone else is just going to go underwater, but Black Knight has to take his atomic steed.
Like, who does that? Horses tolerate water. They don't love it. They tolerate it.
Well, it's basically just
it's a robot.
It's a fancy sky cycle. It's good enough for Captain America and Hawkeye. Why can't you just use a sky cycle, dummy? Because, look.
Because he's no man of tomorrow.
Captain America, the Wasp, and Hercules are all swimming. What, you're too good, Black Knight?
I don't think they had swimming in the Middle Ages. So he's trying to, stay with that.
He's, from the present, but
I know, but I'm just saying he's trying to stay with his shtick.
Maybe because
he's dedicated to his character.
Well, maybe the armor's heavy. But yeah, so they try to get close to the cocoon, but it keeps blasting them with energy.
Bunch of dummies. They're about as smart as Scott. There, I said it.
And Captain Marvel's questioning one of the scientists who said, we didn't make a cocoon. So it's like, where did it come from?
It came from outer space. Not quite. It's, yes.
Kind of, sort of now. But so Captain Marvel comes back and tells the Avengers, it wasn't the Enclave. Then what is it? It's when they hear the voice, no, please, get back, stay back. And that's when it blasts Hercules back, blowing the rape whistle.
Philip.
What? It said, no, stay back. And Hercules didn't want to listen. Then guess the Wasp comes up with the idea, everyone stop.
Leave it to a woman to be sensible.
We just want to help you. And then they discover, they clean off all the soot and it looks like a giant pill.
A colorless, flavorless Mike and Ike.
Some of that stuff Will's help our does in the club.
I wish.
And so they bring it back to the mansion, and then they get called away. But then on the last page, kind of get a view of inside. Who's that redheaded woman?
No one cares, just boobies.
Hey-o.
It's like Cinderella. It's like, no, not Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, in the last panel, it even says the young woman the world once knew as Jean Grey, so they even call it out.
Yeah, just in case you forgot about her.
And then in 1 week, Fantastic Four 286.
Again, why are we doing Fantastic Four?
Well, I don't know. Well, you get Reed Richards, who's a scientist, and they are staying at the mansion at this point because Kristoff blew up their headquarters. But anyway,
what's new?
Oh,
but his headquarters are always getting blown up.
Yeah, Fantastic Four 286, also January 86, collector's edition. They meant business. 30 pages, no ads.
You know what I would kill for no ads? And
I know. What about Charlie Esser?
He'd lose his mind. He wouldn't know what to do.
He would rave about that book for 6 months.
No, he likes the ads.
Why? It's there in the middle of the story. Not the end. Why can't this book be like Fantastic Four 286? No ads. So Fantastic Four opens up with the Fantastic Four coming back from space.
As you do, because of the Fantastic Four.
And this is the Byrne era, so we have She-Hulk instead of Ben Grimm.
So this is something Charlie Esser would like?
I believe so.
Although I think he would want those two together, not one or the other.
It's something Charlie Esser would like. Let me just put it to you that way.
I do believe he likes the Byrne era. So, and the Fantastic Four have this big spaceships that they're trying to land at the airport at JFK, but no, you can't. There's a big thing here going on.
So many questions.
So they have to land at a different airport, and then
it's LaGuardia.
LaGuardia, and then take a cab to Avengers Mansion. Oh my lord! You want to date this book? Look at you see the bumper sticker in the back of the cab.
Yeah.
Reagan, George Bush.
Hey man, there is not a better ticket. Just saying.
So they get back to the mansion. And Cap and Hercules are there.
Hercules, just because you couldn't get Conan, I guess. I don't know.
Thor was busy. I don't know. I think Charlie Esser likes Hercules.
Really?
Oh God! All right. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to get a message on Facebook. I do like Hercules.
You'll have to remember your discussion.
At like 8 a.m. I'll be like, yeah, I do like Hercules. I'm like, okay.
Somebody's riding the train.
That's right. We get the footnote. Hope you didn't miss Avengers 263. And then we get Cap recapping Avengers 263.
Who does he think he is? Deadpool?
He's recapped America.
On your left.
I could do this all day. And he takes Reed to the giant pill, which when he tries to touch it, shocks him.
Thank goodness Clay is not conductive, I guess, or whatever stretchy crap he's made out of.
Good thing he's made made of rubber, and his wife has soft, invisible force fields.
Not Wade's World. I'll contain myself.
How did a rubber man get someone pregnant? Anyway.
Again, Franklin Richards is what we need him to be when we need him to be.
I know. Well, and of course, this is why you bring in the scientist. Reed Richards says, "Hey, Sue, you can make stuff visible. You can make stuff invisible. So why don't you make the outer coating of that invisible so we can see what's inside?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how her powers actually work, but whatever.
I think it is, but
I guess back in the 80s it was.
It only takes her, she can only hold it for so long, but they see a whole human woman
with boobies and red hair.
and like Todd McFarlane and Mary Jane hair.
Yeah, seriously.
So Hercules is all confused, and Johnny's getting bored, so him and She-Hulk go off.
Frickin' Johnny.
Well,
he's only there because he's family. Otherwise, he's pretty useless.
Well, it depends who's right now. He can have a brain sometime.
In a solo story, maybe.
Yeah. Or when Spider-Man now.
Oh, yeah.
Makes it better.
Because Peter is so stupid that Johnny looks smart in comparison.
Mm-hmm. So Cap and Reed and Hercules work through the night.
Oh, is that what that kid's call it?
Oh, good lord, you pervert. So, because Jarvis brings them coffee in the morning, but then everything in the mansion starts floating. Almost like a telekinetic wave hit it. And that's when Jean breaks out of the cocoon.
But seriously, why did they bring her back? I mean, not that I'm complaining.
I don't know, because like what I said, I believe the original plan was for them to just have Dazzler with the guys, but yeah, I don't know.
I think they realized that we actually don't have that many prominent women in our stories. Maybe we do need her?
Or hey, we killed off one of the original X-Men?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the nostalgia factor, so you could have all 5 of them together again?
Maybe. I mean, not that I'm complaining, like I said, but they go off to kill her again. So it's just like...
It's the cliche now.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So
Jean breaks out and not realizing any time has passed because she's screaming about Lang and his ex-Sentinels.
Somebody get this lady a TV set.
And Reed's like, "No, I'm Reed. You're in the Avengers mansion. I'm Reed Richards." Like, "Yeah, right. Wrong color costume."
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Can't fool me. That's when she gets smacked upside the head with an invisible force field.
Which is like, can't Jean do that too, technically?
Yeah, but she didn't see it. She didn't see it coming, get it? And she's making everyone else float, but she can't make Sue float because Sue's in an invisible force field, and then she reverses it and puts Jean in a force field. So everyone comes back down to Earth, and
they're actually making the Invisible Woman useful. I like it.
Oh yeah, I mean John Byrne, like pushed what she can do with her powers. He's the one who, changed her name from Invisible Girl to Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Because
She-Hulk could have just been Lady Hulk. Or other Hulk.
Shulk.
Better than Cicada or Grace Cada.
Mm-hmm. So Jean's like, "Okay, you've got me. Kill me now." And that's when they're like, no. So they talk to Jean and starts recounting events from, what is that, like X-Men 99 or 100. It was like Christmas Eve, and that's when the Sentinels attacked, and Stephen Lang and the X-Men coming up to the space station, fighting robotic versions of themselves.
You're giving me bad flashbacks.
Wolverine sliced open the Jean Grey robot,
Yeah, like I said, you're giving me bad flashbacks. That gave me nightmares.
With boob implants included.
Yes, that gave me nightmares. What is with Marvel's scheme of yellow and green, though? Like, I've always, wanted to know.
I don't know.
It's a very recurring color pattern. But worst of all, Iron Fist.
Oh, good lord. So they're like, "How did Jean get to the bottom of Jamaica Bay?" I don't know.
And we won't know until the conclusion of the story.
and I know. And she's like, "Hey, where's my creeper teacher, Professor X?" And
He's off being a creeper with someone else.
He's banging some alien chick. He's not on the planet, and the X-Men are working with a criminal, Magneto. What?
She's like, ugh, I leave for one day, and everything goes to poop.
And then Jean's like, well, if I can't go see the X-Men, which I don't know why she just wanted to run off and find the X-Men, but she's like, take me back to my parents' house.
Really? That's what I was thinking. Like,
well, where else are you gonna go? I mean, I'm sure whatever apartment she had is long gone.
Just stay at the mansion. It's a mansion. That's all I'm saying. I know it's full of weird people, but it's still a mansion.
Well, I mean, in her defense too, I mean, even though everyone else was like, no, the X-Men seem to be working with Magneto, their own free will. Maybe she's like, well, it could be like, you know, mind wipes or something going on there. So.
We give her a chance to get her bearings. She'll get her head on straight.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to recharge.
So then they find the, was that the Shi'ar memory snow globe or whatever?
Yeah. AKA a fishbowl.
Yeah. And we see Captain America going over the Avengers files, the Beast file of Jean Grey, and we get a whole recap of like a 6-panel recap of what we did last episode.
Yeah, I know. This book was kind of recappy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it had, probably a couple years.
Either you're a fan or you're not, Philip. Especially at this time.
Yeah. I don't know how plentiful we're back. You know, how easy with kids. Back in the day, we couldn't just jump on the intranets and order us some back issues. We had to go hunting.
And sometimes you still have to.
We had to drive around.
If you're an Archie fan.
We had to drive around from store to store.
Try biking.
Oh, true. Heck, I walked to some of the shopping centers. Back when kids could walk. Not getting kidnapped. But, yeah, so Jean picks up the snow globe and they see the fateful shuttle, flight where supposedly she became Phoenix, but no. The Phoenix Force just replaced Jean.
Cause Jean's replaceable.
And put her in the healing cocoon. Alright, so my question was always like, if that plane hadn't gone down in the bay and stuff and no one had gone looking, would Jean have just been stuck in that cocoon forever?
Yes.
Like, damn, Phoenix.
She's like, I made sure that you lived, but I didn't make sure she had a good quality of life.
Yeah, so if like Phoenix hadn't gone insane, like she just would have replaced Jean for her whole life and just left her to rot at the bottom. Oh my lord, can you imagine if like no one had found her and like 200 years later Jean Grey's like, what the hell?
I think that would have been the better story to tell, honestly.
Oh man, if they would have pulled a Barry Allen and they hadn't have resurrected her until like now, can you imagine that?
That would be crazy. She really would be mean and angry and she'd go evil. She's like, well, it wasn't the Phoenix Force that blew up that place the first time, but it's going to be me this time.
Scott married the Dazzler? What?
And Emma Frost. Say, this is what I mean. I can't leave for 2 seconds.
Yeah, Jean remembers it all now, how Phoenix replaced her and put her in the cocoon. And
so convenient. That, like, I'm still upset about it.
And just like in issues of Avengers we covered on the Quantum Zone, Captain America just shows up at the last minute to take all the credit.
As he does.
And
he's Captain America. He does what he wants. It's fine. And
he fills in any gaps, and they're basically like...
It's like, hey, you're like me. You were frozen.
And you basically saved the universe by remote control because it was your good side that kept, Phoenix killed herself instead of everyone else. And then basically Reed Richards puts together X Factor because he's like, well, we can't call the current X-Men, but there are people I can call.
Done it.
Which the next issue box says, pick up X Factor number 1.
They sigh.
Which is cover dated February 1986.
But at least back then they had pretext for new books, not just, hey, there's a movie coming out.
Exactly. At least they put some thought into it, yeah. Oh my god. But it opens up with Scott and his clone wife, Madeline Pryor.
See, this is what I mean. People are like, oh, why don't you like Cyclops? This right here.
They wrote him so bad. Oh my lord.
I've never had a good Scott story, I don't think.
And baby Cable.
Them gray boys, that's all I'm saying.
That's before he went to the future, so.
Summer boys, them gray boys.
I mean, rip on Cable all you want, but I mean, look at his role model.
Yeah, I know.
So Cyclops.
Still better than Nate, sorry.
Cyclops is so bored, he's basically chopping wood with his optic glass. And basically his wife, getting on him. Quit watching TV. Quit thinking about the X-Men. And I know the other reason that you're with me is because I look just like Jean Grey.
Freaking Scott Summers.
Mm-hmm. And then we get Angel, Beast, and Iceman because they canceled the Defenders book, start X Factor. They did. They killed off basically the rest of their team just so they could take these three and put them in X Factor.
That's hilarious.
Because it was like Moondragon and a bunch of other people. They just killed them all.
Never to be seen again.
And Defenders 152, yes. Oh no, I think most of them came back, but still.
Are you sure?
Well, Moondragon came back, but then she got killed because now I think there's like an alternate version of her running around in Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's always an alternate version of you somewhere.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the lesson to be learned.
Alternate timeline, alternate reality, yes. So.
Illusions.
So yeah, Beast and Iceman are getting ready to leave, and Angel's talking about hanging with his girlfriend and flying around in short shorts.
It's the 80s. It's what you do, man.
I know. So then Angel gets a call from Reed Richards. Hey, see, that paid off. See? He's like, I can get to New York immediately. Angel likes gingers almost as much as Lilith Hellfire.
Impossible.
He's like, sorry, baby, I know you're wearing your bathing suit, but gotta go. Oh my god.
Duty calls.
I forgot. Let me get Rusty.
Oh.
A new mutant with fire powers.
Rusty. Yeah, Rusty.
Hey, look, that woman he's making out with, isn't that the one from those Amazing Spider-Man issues we did? No.
Are you saying all certain women look alike?
certain women in a bar at a certain age, yeah. But then 4.5 hours later, Angel finally makes it to New York.
Wow, he was making good time with those wings, eh?
Well, no, I think he took his private plane. But no, then he just decides to like fly through the airport, all winged out. Everyone's yelling, "Muty!" Oh, I wonder why.
See what happens when Jean goes away and Professor X goes away? They lose their damn minds.
Mm-hmm. So Reed Richards meets him, then they go to Avengers Mansion, and Reed leads more into Jean, but we don't see that part. Rusty's been captured because he accidentally killed somebody.
This is all starting to sound like a certain movie a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And then speaking of creepy, like, Angels talk to Jean, and, it takes them all night to, like, figure out, should I call Scott or should I swoop in for the kill myself? Even though I have a woman.
Well, Angel, he's a little shady. He's got Hellfire connections after all. So.
Rich guys just taking what they want, thinking they can grab woman butt.
Hello.
Hey.
Don't want our podcast canceled. Edit that out.
I didn't say the word. But I'm just saying, Angel and Cyclops, man, they did not rate them well in this, just come on.
It was the 80s. It was acceptable.
But Angel decides to call Scott and tells him, and Madeline tells him, you walk out that door, don't bother coming back. Oh, thanks, babe, bye. Made that easier. So he makes it to the hotel, and of course, Jean has to slip into something less comfortable to meet Scott. Even he put on
that hair is big, bro. It's big.
Even he put on a suit and tie.
First impressions, you know.
I know. And of course, again, we got to get another recap because Scott's like, "How is this possible?"
In case you missed it, that's what they should call it.
Yeah, so we get a recap of the original. Well, again, it's like every comic can be someone's first, especially if it's a number one.
And maybe you shouldn't make the story so hard and convoluted to follow for a number one. Just saying.
So yeah, they recap the Dark Phoenix saga again. Then we recap in 4 panels. We get a recap of Avengers and Fantastic Four issues. And Jean's like, well, you know, let's form our own team. And Angel's, not that simple.
Really? Because I think it is.
Well, yeah. Well, so Angel's like, I don't want to be on a team. And Scott's like, well, you know, yeah. I got kicked out of the X, you know. Storm beat my butt, and you know, I was forced to retire. And Jean's like, you actually try to work with Magneto? What's wrong with you?
Sometimes it seems a little better to work with Magneto than it does Professor X. I'm just saying.
I don't know. So then, yes, Jean takes off. Angel takes off after her. And Angel's like, okay, we'll give it a try.
He hated to see her leave, but he loved to see her walk away.
Heyo.
That was the thing. Okay.
Float away, yeah. And then Beast and Iceman are trying to get, like, regular day jobs, and it's just like, oh, yeah, new team, okay.
Yeah, Beast, you're not getting a new job.
And I love Iceman, just like, oh, was he an accountant? He's like, okay. No problem. And then, of course, Angel buys them like a new headquarters.
Good, he's useful for something.
Mm-hmm. I love how you see how he's hiding his wings, just draped a coat over his back. Or a cape, whatever that is. So yeah, those 4 reunite, and then they go,
I bet you he wishes he was like Lucifer, where he could just make them appear at will.
That's right. Everyone has to go pull Scott out of his funk.
Scott is so annoying. I don't see what people like in Scott. Especially Jean.
When he's written good, but it's just like so many people write him emo or just like a complete douche because, you know, basically doesn't go back to his wife.
Things we don't talk, shady things that we don't talk about.
So eventually she has no choice to just go hang out in the X-Men book with his brother.
I mean,
some like shades of John Diggle here. I mean,
yeah.
To hang out with the other Summers brother.
Well, also you have to give that poor schmuck something to do too. People forget about him for years as well. So.
Oh yeah. And then they come up with this whole plan about they're gonna masquerade as mutant hunters. They like try to help find mutants, bring them in and help them. You know, with Angel's business, what is it, like a business manager or something? Cameron Hodge. This creep isn't going to come up again.
Red alert.
Whoop. And then we see Rusty going out of control, so someone goes, hey, let's call that new X Factor thing. Oh, look, you get G.I. Joe and Transformers on VHS.
Is that $14.95? That seems like a lot for a VHS.
Well, back in the day when it was like when VHSs were new, yeah, they were.
I don't know. I had Betamax. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Although I still own a Betamax.
My aunt had a Betamax.
It was too cool for school. It was ahead of its time. It's fine.
Smaller.
I'm like Sheldon on that point. I had HDDD too, like HD DVDs. I thought that was going to be the thing.
The Zune.
You know what? For podcasts, it was actually pretty freaking dope. Apple ran Zune out. I won't get into it.
Oh, speaking of Big Bang, if you're watching on YouTube tomorrow night, we're covering the series finale. And if you're on the podcast, go to Capes and Lunatics and scroll down.
Or up, or whatever.
Whatever. So they, Jean convinces Scott to give the team thing a try, and then they go, look for Rusty in their brand new costumes.
Hate that. Thanks, I hate it.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, it's basically just an X on the, different Scott has blue, and
seems a little derivative.
Jean has green, and most of
Yeah.
X's.
Yeah.
Branding. So yeah, X Factor comes out and like basically attacks the troops to save Rusty, and they have to stop him for his own good.
Yeah. Deadpool totally lifted this right out of the book, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And I guess Cyclops is like, yeah, we'll give this a try. Jean's here, I'm in. Because, of course, as they remind us, his wife's still at home, waiting for him to come home.
I wouldn't be. If you walked out on me, I'd be changing the locks, burning his clothes.
That's her baby daddy. She's holding on hope. Remember, eventually she goes with Alex.
Yeah. That's a whole nother clusterfuck to talk about.
Alright, so overall, as a whole, these 3 issues, what would you give it?
A B+. Like, I'm glad to have Jean back, but for it to have to cross through all these books just to make a new book is a bit convoluted.
Yeah, but think how much ground they'd have to cover if they just try to do this all in X Factor.
I'd be down for that.
I know.
The 80s, people had more time.
Well, again,
there were only 3 stations on TV.
If it was today, it'd be a miniseries. Oh, the resurrection of Jean Grey, and then it would lead right into X Factor.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
All right, Lilith is passing out, so should we get out of here?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, so join us. Next week will be another Wade's World, and then in 2 weeks, when we come back for Comic Capers, we'll be covering the second death of Jean Grey from New X-Men 146 through 150 by Mr. Grant Morrison. So it's going to be trippy.
Yes.
All right, so send your
spoilers. I like that more.
Ooh, I'm just like a half-naked Wolverine. Anyway, and half-naked Jean Grey. Send your thoughts. capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook. Comic Capers @Comic Capers Pod on Twitter and @CL Sidekicks. CL Sidekicks on Instagram. The voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And check out capesandlunatics.org. All right, Lilith, where can people talk to you about gingers and...
If you are a pumpkin pounder like me, you can find me on Twitter @Lilith Hellfire, on the gram @Lilith Hellfire 86, because 69 was taken.
Not quite soft and not quite hard.
I don't have that problem.
Oh, you take your blue pill? Okay. All right.
Actually, the Lady Viagra is actually pink.
Oh, she knows.
I do. I know pennies in real life.
Anyway.
Pharmaceutical sales reps.
I know. All right, everyone. Again, join us next week for Wade's World, and then in 2 weeks, again, New X-Men 146 to 150.
Wait, you didn't say what we're covering on Wade's World.
Oh, we are covering Deadpool 36 from the Christopher Priest run.
Do your homework.
That's right. Join us here every week. We're not that derivative.
Yes, we are.